Hey, what's up everyone? And welcome back to Dr. Buddy Explains, the channel where we break down the stuff that really matters when it comes to keeping your dog happy, healthy, and itch-free. I'm so glad you clicked on this one, because today we're talking about something that a lot of dog owners have heard of but honestly don't fully understand: mange. The word alone sounds scary, right? But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what's going on under your dog's skin, what to watch for, and most importantly, what to actually do about it. So let's get into it. First things first, what even is mange? Here's where a lot of people get tripped up. Mange isn't just one thing. It's not like a single disease with a single cause. Mange is actually a skin condition caused by mites, tiny little parasites that are basically invisible to the naked eye. And depending on which type of mite is causing the problem, you get a completely different condition with different symptoms, different levels of contagiousness, and very different treatment approaches. Think of it like this. Saying your dog has mange is kind of like saying your dog has an infection. Okay, but what kind? Bacterial? Fungal? It matters a lot. So today we're going through every major type of mange that affects dogs right here in the US, one by one. Let's start with the big one. Most people have actually heard of Sarcoptic Mange. And here's something that might genuinely surprise you. It can spread to humans. Sarcoptic mange is caused by a mite called Sarcoptes Scabies, and these little guys are absolutely relentless. They burrow, literally dig, into your dog's skin and lay eggs there. The result is intense, almost unbearable itching. We're talking your dog scratching, biting, and rubbing against literally everything they can find. You know, this is super serious, and it's gotta be really upsetting for our pets. Imagine having something burrowing under your skin and not being able to explain it or make it stop. That's what your dog is going through every single minute when sarcoptic mange is left untreated. The itching usually starts around the ears, elbows, belly, and chest, basically areas with thinner skin and less fur. Over time, the skin can become crusty, red, and thickened, with patchy hair loss and a yellowish crust that honestly looks pretty alarming. Sarcoptic mange also spreads fast, dog to human, even through shared bedding or grooming tools. So if your pup visits a dog park, groomer, or boarding facility and comes back scratching like crazy a week or two later, this should absolutely be on your radar. Treatment usually involves prescription options like Revolution Plus or Bravecto, brands a lot of American pet owners already know from flea and tick prevention, and they work against these mites too. Your actionable tip: don't just grab an over-the-counter anti-itch spray from PetSmart and call it a day. Get to your vet and specifically ask about a skin scraping for mites. Early diagnosis makes everything so much faster and easier. Now let's talk Demodectic Mange, and I want to make sure I get this right. I almost said it was a rare problem. Wait, no, that's not right at all. Demodectic mange is actually one of the most common skin conditions seen in dogs across the United States. I don't want to throw you off. It's extremely common, especially in puppies and younger dogs. Here's the part that might genuinely blow your mind. The mite that causes it, Demodex canis, already lives on pretty much every healthy adult dog. Yep. These mites normally hang out in hair follicles and are completely harmless. The problem only starts when something throws off the immune system. Stress, illness, malnutrition, or just being a young pup whose defenses haven't fully kicked in yet, and the mite population explodes out of control. There are two forms, localized and generalized. Localized looks like small patches of hair loss, often around the face near the eyes and muzzle, kind of moth-eaten looking. In puppies, it often clears up on its own as their immune system matures. But generalized Demodectic mange is a whole other situation. It spreads across the body, causes widespread hair loss, skin infections, and serious discomfort. By the way, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're finding this helpful, because we cover pet health stuff like this every single week on Dr. Buddy Explains, and you really don't want to miss it. Generalized Demodex also means you need to investigate why the immune system is struggling in the first place. Sometimes it's an underlying condition like hypothyroidism or Cushing's disease. Treating just the mites without addressing the root cause is kind of like mopping the floor while the faucet is still running. Treatment typically involves medications your vet can prescribe, combined with medicated shampoos, and it's a longer process than sarcoptic mange, so patience is key. Your tip: If you notice patchy hair loss on your dog's face, don't panic, but do get it checked soon. Catching it while it's still localized is so much easier to manage than dealing with it after it's spread everywhere. Here's one that doesn't get nearly enough attention. Chalaetiosis, or what vets sometimes call walking dandruff. The mites responsible, Chalaetiella yazguri, are large enough that you can sometimes actually see them moving around in the skin flakes on your dog's back. I can't even imagine how uncomfortable this whole situation is for our pups. It's like wearing a sweater full of static electricity that you can never, ever take off. Your dog's coat might look heavily scaled, especially along the spine, and the itch is real, but usually milder than Sarcoptic Mange. It's moderately contagious to both humans and cats, and dogs can pick it up from rabbits, which is worth knowing if you're in a suburban or rural area where your dog has any outdoor exposure. The good news is that many flea prevention products already popular on the American market, like Frontline or Revolution, can knock this one out effectively. Some vets also recommend lime sulfur dips, which smell absolutely terrible but work great. Your tip: if your dog's back looks heavily dandruffy and they're itchy but not intensely frantic about it, bring a sealed bag of that skin debris to your vet appointment. Sometimes the mites can be spotted right under a magnifying glass without any fancy equipment. Now let's cover Demodectic Mange, because this one lives specifically in the ears, and it is incredibly common, especially in dogs that spend time around cats, since ear mites jump between species pretty easily. The culprit here is Otodectes cynotus, and the signs are pretty recognizable. Your dog shakes their head constantly, scratches at their ears like they simply cannot get relief. And inside the ear canal, you'll often see a dark, crumbly discharge that honestly looks exactly like coffee grounds. Weird description, but that is seriously what it looks like. Tell me, have you ever dealt with ear mites in your pets before? Drop it in the comments below. I'd genuinely love to hear how your experience went and whether your vet caught it quickly. Ear mites are highly contagious between pets sharing the same household, so if one of your animals has it, assume the others need to be checked and probably treated too. Over-the-counter ear mite treatments exist at places like Walmart and Target, but the prescription options your vet can provide work faster and more thoroughly. Your tip: if your dog is constantly scratching at their ears or shaking their head more than usual, grab a flashlight and look inside. That coffee ground appearance is a pretty clear signal that something's living in there, and you need a vet visit rather than just flushing the ear out and hoping it goes away. Keeping your dog on year-round parasite prevention is something the ASPCA strongly supports, and it significantly reduces the risk of mite-related skin conditions across the board. Regular vet checkups, clean bedding, avoiding contact with unknown animals, and staying consistent with preventive medications. That's really the full game plan for protecting your dog from every form of mange we talked about today. Look, I know this was a lot of information, and I really appreciate you hanging in there through all of it. But knowing this stuff matters so much. The sooner you recognize what you're looking at, the sooner your dog gets relief, and that's what it's all about. Dogs go through so much with this kind of stuff, and they can't tell you where it hurts or how long it's been bothering them, so we have to be the ones paying close attention. Let us know in the comments. Did you already know about all these different types of mange, or did some of this surprise you? I read every single comment here on Dr. Buddy Explains, and I love hearing from this community. If this video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up. It seriously helps the channel grow and gets this important info in front of more dog owners who really need it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button and ring the bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks so much for watching. Your dog is lucky to have someone who cares enough to look this stuff up, and we'll see you in the next one.